moving those directors to director green by the 15th. You ready? Okay, so let's talk about creating a system first. And let's talk about why systems are important. Like that has become a kind of a cliche or a catchphrase, right, in our industry. You have to have systems in place. Have you heard that or said that yourself? And you're like, oh my gosh, that stresses me out. Or how do I make a system? What goes into it? All of those different things. What I love about systems is it does a lot of things for us. It, first of all, gives organization to your life, right? It takes that scattering of all of the Post-it notes, of all of the things that are running around in your head, like, oh, I need to remember to do this, I need to do that. It just puts it all in one place, and it really gives you freedom. We are huge, anybody here gone through Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University? Okay, so y'all know, like, a budget is telling your money where to go. A system is telling you where your time and activities go. So it's not boundaries, it's actually creating freedom for you. A system actually creates more time for you. Wouldn't you like to be able to buy a few extra hours a day? A system helps you to do that because you're not wasting time thinking, what do I do next? You already know what you do next. A system actually relieves stress because you know your next step. You don't have to wonder, you don't have to guess. A system avoids people and activity it keeps people and activity from falling through the cracks. Could you look back and look at hosts or consultants and you say, oh, I never did this with them, or I wish I had done this or asked them that. That's what having a system in place does. And a system actually helps your business to go on autopilot. You can just do your thing every day. You know exactly what you're doing with your hosts, with your consultants, with your directors, with your team. It just makes life a lot easier. So if you weren't into systems before, I hope you're into them now. You ready? Are we good? Mm-hmm. Everybody believe that you should have systems? Yeah. Okay, good. Because I'm going to give you the steps now. And I originally learned this this 5-step process from another director in the company a long time ago. But the first step is identify something that needs work, something that you want to grow, or something in your business that you want to change. Now, we all know that certain things need a system. Like you have to have a post-coaching system. You have to have an onboarding new consultant system. Believe it or not, your parties all have a system to them. Whether they're in person or online, there are certain things that you do or should do with every single party. That is a system. What else? Recognition. Have you ever thought about having a system for your recognition? Why you're doing the things that you're doing and when it's a good time to do them. And how you support your team is actually a system. Where's my friend Stacy Turner? There she is. We worked very closely together creating a power plan system a couple years ago. It's talked about every month on the leader call. That's a system for team support. Okay, so what area, you might have systems in place already for certain things, but I want you all to think about one area of your business that needs work, you want to grow, or something needs to change. That's the first system, if I could give you homework, that's the first system I would say to start with. What needs work, you want to grow, or you want to see a change there. So for explanation of this, we're going to say onboarding new, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Onboarding new consultants. So once you identify what needs work, wants you need to grow, or wants to change, the next question you ask yourself is, in a perfect world, perfect results, perfect scenario, every single time, what would I like my results to be? Are the perfect results for every new consultant is that they are active?
No. Perfect.
Are the perfect results for every new consultant that they qualify?
Yes. Yes.
Are the perfect results for every new consultant that they sell 5,000 in their first 90 days? Are the perfect results for every new consultant is that they fast track to director in 90 days? Are the perfect results for every new consultant is that they fast track to advanced in their first 60 days? Don't limit yourself. If every new consultant coming in, if you could get them to a certain place, what is that place? What are the perfect results? What do you want every virtual party's perfect results to be? 4 bookings from it? A recruit from it? $1,000 in sales? What do you want your personal team's results to be every single month? Green by the end of the month? Green by the 15th? So you get what I'm saying? You know what you want to fix. What do you want it to look like? And don't limit yourself in any way. Perfect, major, wave a magic wand. You can have anything you want with your results. So that you got steps 1 and 2. I feel like I need to keep recapping since I don't have a bullet point.
What's like the name of number 2? Like, what would you?
In perfect results.
Perfect results. Okay.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want? Step number 3 is then to brain dump all of the things that could possibly be in your system. You've heard a lot of great training this weekend on what you can do for virtual party success. I shared some ideas with you. Becky shared ideas with you. Melody shared ideas with you. If you were just to take all of those ideas and write them down on paper, that's brain dumping. A new consultant, what are all of the things that you could possibly do to help your new consultant get off to a strong start? All of the things. Nothing, if it pops into your head that you could do it, it goes on the list. With your host coaching, what are all of the things that you could do to help your host have a successful party? That's the 3rd step, is the brain dump of all of the things. The 4th step is to start building your system. But this is where you come into play. What I am willing and able to do might be very different than what Kristen is willing or able to do, or what Melody is willing or able to do. I remember for a very long time, and I don't mean this to offend anyone, but it was a common practice in the business when a new consultant joins your team, you would go out and do their kickoff party for them. I was like, I'm not leaving my house for 3% or 4% of $200. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not worth it to me. I'm not willing to do that. Would it help? Maybe it would have been a $1,000 party if I was there. But being with my family, an extra 4 nights a week was more important than that little bit. So I just did something different. I said, you come to my parties with me and learn how to do that. And when they would say, well, you're not going to be there to help me, I was like, girl, you do not want me there. I will make you nervous if I'm sitting there watching you do all the things. So you come with me because you don't make me nervous. And you're going to learn better by watching, and I'll involve you in the party if you want. So that's the best way I can drive that home, is that there might be things that people are doing that they're having success with that you aren't willing or able to do. But you have to remember, if you don't get the results that you want because you're not doing that thing that everybody else is doing and having success with, you might have to reevaluate or see if you can do it, or would be willing to do it. I had success with my way, so I continue doing it that way. So I'm trying to think of, like, when new consultants come into our organization now, I run an online launch party for them through their site. They play the host, I play the consultant. I'm teaching them how to do the party. I'm not leaving my family. I was willing to do that. So you're looking at your list, you're thinking, I have got to do this, 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 and this. I've never done this before. A lot of people are doing this. I think this is something that I want to start doing. And then you write it all down. And you decide from start to finish, from the moment I have that recruiting interview with someone, this is the first thing that I'm going to do. Then the next thing I'm going to do, and the next thing I'm going to do. And that's your system. You've identified it. And hopefully it includes Dash. And hopefully it includes a call with them within 24 to 72 hours to go over their getting started questions that they answered in Dash. Did you know that? What your new consultant sees in Dash is very different than what you see in Dash. We have a smorgasbord in front of us because we've been in this business for a long time. They've got an appetizer. They've got like 6 things that they see. And it ends with contact your recruiter. Those 6 things will take them 15 minutes. So part of my system is when a new consultant comes into my personal team, I send them a little text message welcoming them and say, go right to Dash and complete the 5 or 6 tasks until it says, contact your recruiter. Let's schedule a call, and I need you to have those 6 things completed by the time we have our call in the next 48 hours. That's the first step in my system. Then we get on the call, and I'm pulling up their Dash, and I'm looking, oh my gosh, Becky wants to fast track to executive. I'm excited about this. She wants to make $400 a month. I can't wait to tell her she's going to make a lot more than that when she fast tracks to executive. All right? So, who can tell me the first step in creating a system?
Identify something that is worth
Identify something. What's the second step?
Perfect results.
Perfect results in a perfect world. Third step. Everything that you could do. The fourth step is on everything that you will do. And then the fifth step is implement and commit. The more you implement your system, the more you commit to your system, the more belief you will have in your system, the more your system will work, the more you will know what doesn't work. If your system is ABC 1, 2, 3, and you're only, doing ABC and sometimes 1 and 2, you don't always do 2 and 3. You don't know if your system works or not, and what changes might need to be made. So implement and commit to your system. Is that helpful? Mm-hmm. All right. So that's what I do for everything within my organization, whether it's host coaching, parties, team support, recognition. I can tell you exactly what I do, when I do it, and why I'm doing it. Maybe it's something I heard from somebody else. I can also tell you why I don't do things as well. All right, so now we're going to switch gears a little bit. You need a breath? Are you good?